The 2002 film Spider-Man, directed by Sam Raimi, is a landmark in superhero cinema and marks the beginning of a new era for comic book adaptations. The story follows Peter Parker, a nerdy high school student living in Queens, New York, who is portrayed by Tobey Maguire. Peter is an orphan living with his Aunt May and Uncle Ben, and he navigates the challenges of adolescence while harboring a crush on his neighbor, Mary Jane Watson, played by Kirsten Dunst. During a field trip to a genetics laboratory, Peter is bitten by a genetically engineered spider, granting him superhuman abilities, such as enhanced strength, agility, and the ability to cling to walls. This pivotal moment sets Peter on a path of self-discovery, as he learns to harness his newfound powers and the responsibilities that come with them. As Peter grapples with his emerging identity as Spider-Man, the film delves into the themes of power, responsibility, and personal sacrifice. The iconic phrase, "with great power comes great responsibility," imparted by Uncle Ben, becomes a guiding principle for Peter after a tragic turn of events. Peter initially uses his powers for personal gain, entering a wrestling match to earn money, but his decision to let a thief escape leads to the devastating death of Uncle Ben. Racked with guilt, Peter vows to use his abilities to fight crime and protect the citizens of New York City. The film explores the internal conflict Peter faces as he balances his personal life, his duties as a superhero, and his quest for redemption. The antagonist of Spider-Man is Norman Osborn, also known as the Green Goblin, played by Willem Dafoe. Norman is a wealthy industrialist and the father of Peter's best friend, Harry Osborn, portrayed by James Franco. After experimenting with an unstable performance-enhancing serum, Norman transforms into the Green Goblin, a maniacal villain with a thirst for power and chaos. The film effectively contrasts the parallel journeys of Peter and Norman, as both characters struggle with their dual identities. The Green Goblin's descent into madness and his subsequent vendetta against Spider-Man create a thrilling narrative, culminating in a series of intense and visually stunning action sequences that showcase Spider-Man's acrobatic prowess and ingenuity. Throughout the film, the evolving relationship between Peter and Mary Jane adds an emotional depth to the narrative. Despite his feelings for her, Peter is hesitant to pursue a romantic relationship, fearing that his life as Spider-Man could endanger those he loves. Mary Jane, unaware of Peter's secret, is drawn to both his alter ego and Peter's genuine, kind-hearted nature. Their dynamic is further complicated by Harry's romantic interest in Mary Jane, setting the stage for a love triangle that adds tension and complexity to the story. The film captures the essence of young love and the sacrifices that Peter must make to protect those closest to him. Spider-Man concludes with a climactic showdown between Spider-Man and the Green Goblin, taking place in an abandoned building. The battle is brutal, testing Peter's resolve and pushing him to his physical and emotional limits. In the end, Norman meets his demise, inadvertently killed by his own glider, but not before revealing his identity to Peter. The film ends on a poignant note, with Peter attending Norman's funeral and acknowledging the weight of his dual life. He ultimately decides to embrace his role as Spider-Man, even if it means keeping his distance from Mary Jane to ensure her safety. Spider-Man not only reinvigorated the superhero genre, but also delivered a compelling story about personal growth, responsibility, and the enduring power of heroism. The 2002 film Spider-Man, directed by Sam Raimi, stands as a groundbreaking achievement in the superhero genre, but its journey to the big screen was fraught with intriguing behind-the-scenes challenges. Initially, the rights to the Spider-Man character were a tangled web themselves, passing through several studios over decades before Columbia Pictures finally secured them. The casting process was intense, with actors like Leonardo DiCaprio and Heath Ledger reportedly considered for the titular role before Tobey Maguire clinched it. Raimi, known for his work in horror films, was an unexpected choice for director, yet he brought a unique blend of suspense and humanity to the film. His commitment to practical effects over CGI, wherever possible, also added a tangible realism that audiences appreciated, as seen in the iconic scene where Spider-Man catches Mary Jane's lunch tray, which reportedly took 156 takes to perfect. The dedication and perseverance behind the scenes contributed significantly to the film's authentic feel and success. One of the most famous pieces of trivia about Spider-Man involves an unexpected cameo by a future superhero. Hugh Jackman was supposed to appear as Wolverine in a brief scene, but his costume got lost, and the scene was ultimately scrapped. Additionally, the film features numerous nods to the original comic series. For instance, The wrestling sequence where Peter Parker first tests his powers is a direct homage to the comics, reflecting the original storyline, where Parker uses his newfound abilities for profit. The film also cleverly hides a reference to the Green Goblin's future when Norman Osborn, played by Willem Dafoe, ominously tells Peter, "I'm something of a scientist myself," foreshadowing his transformation into Spider-Man's infamous nemesis. Such trivia and Easter eggs enrich the viewing experience, rewarding fans with a deeper connection to the source material. Beyond the Easter eggs and behind-the-scenes stories, Spider-Man also delves into the psychological complexities of its characters, which is a testament to its enduring appeal. Peter Parker's character arc is a classic hero's journey, but Raimi adds layers of introspection and ethical dilemmas that resonate with audiences. The internal conflict Peter faces, balancing his personal life with his responsibilities as Spider-Man, mirrors common human struggles of identity and duty. Moreover, the film explores themes of power and responsibility, famously encapsulated in Uncle Ben's line, "With great power comes great responsibility." This narrative thread not only defines Peter Parker's character, but also serves as a moral compass for viewers, illustrating the weight of choices and the consequences of actions. The film is rich with Easter eggs that pay homage to the broader Spider-Man universe, creating a treasure hunt for eagle-eyed fans. For instance, the Daily Bugle's editor, J. Jonah Jameson, played by J.K. Simmons, is portrayed with remarkable accuracy, and his office is filled with comic book references, including a framed front page from the comics. In a subtle nod to Raimi's horror roots, the scene where Norman Osborn first becomes the Green Goblin is reminiscent of a horror transformation sequence, complete with dramatic lighting and intense close-ups. Even the color palette used in the film reflects Spider-Man's iconic red and blue suit, subtly reinforcing his presence throughout the film. These Easter eggs are more than just fan service. They enrich the narrative and offer a deeper connection to Spider-Man's legacy. The impact and legacy of Spider-Man on both the superhero genre and the film industry cannot be overstated. It set the stage for the modern superhero film era, proving that comic book adaptations could achieve both critical acclaim and blockbuster success. Its innovative approach to storytelling and character development paved the way for future superhero films to explore more complex themes and character arcs. Moreover, Spider-Man demonstrated the potential for superhero films to appeal to a broad audience, transcending the confines of niche comic book fans and appealing to general moviegoers. This wide-reaching impact has influenced countless films in the genre, establishing a template for success that blends action, emotion, and moral reflection. Finally, Spider-Man left an indelible mark on popular culture, inspiring a generation of fans and creators. Its influence extends beyond cinema, impacting video games, merchandise, and even television series. The film's success opened the door for a slew of superhero films and franchises, including the Marvel Cinematic Universe, which has since become a cultural juggernaut. Furthermore, the iconic upside-down kiss between Spider-Man and Mary Jane has become one of the most memorable scenes in film history, often cited in discussions of cinematic romance. As the years have passed, Spider-Man continues to be celebrated for its pioneering contributions to the genre and its lasting legacy as a beloved and influential film.